On this edition of Temple Update, the university welcomes a new building to campus. A familiar spot on North Broad Street has been given a new name. And there may be an extreme new way to exercise.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Temple Update. I'm David Aim.
And I'm Joangel Concepcion. The Temple football team recently ended its regular season with a record of 9-3. The Owls are anxiously awaiting to find out where they might be going for a bowl game.
We'll toss it over to Joe Polinsky in the newsroom with more on the possible bowl destinations. Joe?
Thanks, guys. Many Owl fans are disappointed with the outcome of the team's last regular season game. But just because the team lost its final game, that doesn't mean their season is over. The Owls fell short to Ohio University, which means they will not become MAC champions this year. But that doesn't mean that will be the last game they play. 3 members of the MAC conference will be going to a bowl game this season, and the Owls will be playing in their first bowl game in 30 years. Now, there are 4 possible places where the football team might end up. The Owls are slated to play in either the International Bowl in Toronto, the GMAC Bowl in Alabama, the Little Caesar Pizza Bowl in Detroit, or the Eagle Bank Bowl in Washington, D.C. I'll be back later in the program to tell you where most experts believe the Owls will land. Now back to Joe Angel and David in the studio.
The new Hillel building is now open for all Temple students. The Center for Jewish Life is located on 15th and North Streets. The building allows students to explore Judaism and have a place to hang out with friends of all faiths. The new facility includes worship areas, a kosher cafe that will be part of Temple's meal plan, and a roof terrace. Hillel officials say they hope Temple students consider the building a home away from home.
Temple University received a $400,000 grant from the Woodrow Wilson Foundation. The university says it was approached by the foundation to develop a high school program. Temple and the School District of Philadelphia are in talks to run a high school where students would earn a diploma while accumulating college credits. Temple says the grant will be used to help design the curriculum of the school. Say goodbye to a section of Burke's Mall and say hello to Paulette Walk. Temple has renamed the pedestrian area between 12th and 13th Streets after the former chairman of the Board of Trustees. Daniel Paulette has been a member of the board since 1992. He served as a board chairman from 2006 until 2008. Paulette Walk is located next to Temple's Liacourse Walk. That was named after the university's 8th president, Peter Liacourse.
It was a somber event to raise awareness about a deadly disease. Sections of the AIDS quilt were displayed at the Geddes Student Center. Each panel was created by family and friends to remember a loved one that died from AIDS. Names of local people affected by HIV and AIDS were read by members of the Temple community. The event was part of AIDS Awareness Day. The Philadelphia community recently got an opportunity to take in some very diverse African-American art at Temple's Liacourse Center. Updates Brian Madrick has more.
October Art Gallery's 24th annual art exhibit was held at the Liacourse Center. The event showcases African and African-American themed artwork from around the country and the world. But what makes this art so unique?
You don't always get to be able to find it, and it's nice to be able to come and find it all in one place. And there's a whole lot of different, diverse type of art.
And that art varies from statues to paintings, even T-shirts. But having the opportunity to display this work is easier said than done.
Oftentimes, when we submit our work to, say, 10 shows, we may get into 2.
Despite the challenges that many of these artists face, there is still a silver lining in their work.
If it's of interest to me, I'll probably take a picture of it. May not do anything with it, but sometimes you get surprised. You know, some of the simplest pictures or images turn out to be the most special.
Those images aren't just special for its creator, they're also special for its viewer.
Just to see the gift that people have embraced, that God has given them, and they're sharing it with people, and the idea that you are able to, make a living from what you have a passion for.
Itoba Art Gallery's Art Expo, which began in 1985, was originally held in smaller hotels before moving to larger venues like the Leocor Center, where artwork like this and much more serve the purpose of educating and exposing brand new people to an often overlooked art form. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Bryant Madrick.
And there's no place like home for people living in the city of brotherly love. According to the Philadelphia Research Initiative survey, culture, restaurants, and local sports teams are the most likable attributes of the city. Despite current financial troubles in the city, crime still tops the survey as the largest problem for Philly residents. The poll shows overall, Philadelphians seem to be happy about living in the area.
It was a promising start to the holiday shopping season. Goldman Sachs reports more people ventured to the malls on Black Friday than they did in 2008. The day after Thanksgiving, which is usually the busiest shopping day of the year, recorded $11 billion in sales. That's identical to last year's results. American shoppers are expected to spend more than $500 on gifts this holiday season. Delaware Valley consumers are planning to make local businesses very happy this holiday season. According to a survey from the Deloitte and Touche Group, Philadelphia shoppers plan to spend more than $600 on holiday gifts. That's a 3% increase from last year. Experts say that there has been a steady growth in Delaware Valley spending over the past 12 months.
You can expect to find a gift card in your stocking this Christmas. A new study found gift cards will be the #1 purchase for Philadelphia shoppers this holiday season. 70% of all Philly shoppers say they will give at least one gift card this year. Experts warn people should look for cards that don't charge fees or expire. According to the study, 50% of all the respondents say they still haven't cashed in last year's gift cards.
Cyber Monday was a big hit with holiday shoppers. According to the Alchemy internet company, close to 5 million people logged on to find internet bargains. Once all of the receipts have been tallied, experts predict Cyber Monday will break the one-day record for internet sales. It currently stands at $890 million.
This year's holiday festivities were kicked off in Philadelphia with the annual Thanksgiving Day Parade. I stopped by and got a front row seat to all of the action. The 2009 Thanksgiving Day Parade not only celebrated the holiday, but it was also its 90th anniversary. Families arrived early to snag a front row seat along the parade route. Vendors were out in full force with balloons, pretzels, and crowd pleasers. Even the mayor stopped by to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. The parade featured many floats, marching bands from all areas, and plenty of familiar faces.
My favorite part is when you see just how much fun everybody's having, and when all the floats come down, and I like when they spin all the balloons.
The blimps and stuff coming by, it's really cool.
And what is a parade without plenty of clowns to drive the crowd wild? The parade is a holiday tradition for many families. People of all ages go to great lengths to come to the event.
It's a tradition, and we get up early. We're about an hour and a half away, so we drive an hour and a half to get here, and we wouldn't miss it at a year. We'll be back again next year and every year thereafter.
I started coming to this parade when I was about 4 or 5 years old. We live in Lancaster, Pennsylvania now. We all come down once a year to see the parade.
For the thousands of people that poured onto the Ben Franklin Parkway, the parade was a great start to the holiday season. And if you missed it this year, make sure you check it out next year to see all the excitement.
It was a holiday sing-along for a good cause. Two prominent Temple Greek organizations worked together to make someone's holiday season a little brighter. The ladies of Delta Zeta and the guys from Alpha Epsilon Pi spent the day singing Christmas songs at the bell tower. The Greeks are trying to raise enough money to buy food and presents for a local family. Each year, the Temple Greek community chooses a charity for the holiday season.
Don't go anywhere. There's much more to come on this edition of Temple Update.
We'll be right back.